This is my $69 Lawana Recurve bow, which is basically it's the same thing as the Salmon Sage. It's 40 pounds at 28 inches. And what I like, the reason why I'm not trying to buy me a compound bow, because I used to own an archery shop. And to get back into compound bow hunting is that I was constantly tinkering with my bow all the time. Oh, it's just not right. Well, it's not right again. It's not right again. And it really took all the fun out of it because I'm always trying to make perfection with my bow. And what I like about a recurve bow, this has got the Dacron string that came with it. I got puff balls on here, which I love puff balls. I don't shoot off the shelf itself. I got this little flipper rest right here, and I love that. And the arrows that I'm using, let me get them over here. These are a bit of nostalgia for me. And this is a 2018 XX75 2018. And like I said, I'm shooting 40 pounds. Actually, it's shooting probably, I put it on a scale, and at 28 inches, it's pulling 43. So it helps a little bit with these 2018s right here. The best aluminum arrow for that 40-pound bow at 28 inches would be a 2016. But I've got a lot of nostalgia and a lot of memories tied to these 2018s. That's what I used to use when I was a young man, when I first started using my Bear Polar 2 compound bow. And but anyways, I got a Thunderhead 125 on here. I've got 5-inch feathers, left helical feathers. And the thing about what I like about these arrows, I like the recurve bow because it's simple. Anything happens, I just change the string. There's nothing on a recurve bow that I can't do myself. And with these 2018 arrows, you know, in this generation, everybody's using carbon. One kind of carbon or the other. And I watch a lot of these traditional shows, YouTube channels are really, really great. And they're talking about, you know, how to get you set up with your recurve. And they've got some really, really, really good information, especially, of course, Jeff Phillips. But I'm doing this for simplicity. If I bought carbon arrows, first I got to make sure which spine that I need. And then I got to put 100 grain insert in, and then a 200 grain to a 250 grain broadhead, where when you're shooting aluminum arrows, whether on a 40-pound bow, whether you're shooting, if you were 29 inches, this 2018 would be better. But let's say that I go to 2016. So with that right there, you use your aluminum arrows, the insert that comes with it, and the uninock right here for the back, and screw your Thunderhead 125 in. There's no figuring out, do I need more weight on the front? That kind of takes all the fun out of it again, because a recurve bow is supposed to be simplicity. Let's get a stick and a string and let's go hunting. If we miss, we miss.
You already back? Did you get something? What?
I got one.
Did you get one? All right.
Oh man. I tell you what, that was some kind of hunt this evening.
Oh.
First off, the sun was shining right in my eyes. I was just melting. I set that stand up to hunt in the mornings, not the evenings. But the hogs are not moving in the morning, so I had to hunt in the evening. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and first I had my hat on backwards like this. I thought, I can't stand it. I got to turn it around, so I turned my hat around. So I'm sitting there with a hat like this all evening, and that really helped. And then after a while, I heard some turkeys, and then next thing I know, here come whole flock of turkeys.
Oh boy.
And they come up. I could have shot, if it was turkey season, I could have got a turkey. And then after that, I saw a little bitty baby cottontail like that. I saw a big cottontail.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I saw 3 whitetail bucks.
Oh my word.
And then I saw a whitetail doe come in. And then I was sitting there, and the sun shining right in my eyes. I think, well, I know it's going to be a magic hour right when the sun goes down.
Yep.
And I want to turn this hat around again so I can see. And about the time I was thinking that, I heard the hogs.
Oh,
They were coming. So I'm still staring in the sun. I had no choice but to take the hat back off, put it back on,
no.
and just kind of keep looking down. So I wanted sunshine in my eyes. They came out, started feeding around everywhere, and I picked out this one brown one, real good eating size. And I set everything up, put that corn out, so that our trail camera, I hope that we could get it on the trail camera, and it would be a 12-yard shot or a 10-yard shot. Actually, it was a 22-yard shot with a 2018 and a 40-pound recurve. I thought I could have ate a sandwich by the time that arrow hit that hog. I thought, oh man. But it didn't go through, but I got pretty good penetration, and I hit it just about right where I was looking at. So
okay, well
I'm gonna let it get dark, because with these old eyes, I can see that blood better with a flashlight than I can see this time. They kind of blends in. So that's and I got this. I put my Taurus Judge on with some 410 shotgun shells.
Just in
this
case.
time of year we start seeing rattlers.
Oh yeah.
And we gotta go back to a real snaky place.
Okay, well let's go out there. I'm excited. I can't wait to go see.
Let's go get it.
All right. This first time Don's hunting with the recurve, and how long?
Well, since 1970s.
I know. First time.
I killed a lot of. When I first started hunting with a recurve in the 80s, I mean a compound in the 80s, they only had 30% breakover, that off, and so it's still almost like shooting what I'm shooting now. And nobody in the family used sight, so it's very similar. And we shot fingers, but I killed a lot of deer with regular compound bow and fingers and no sights. Right. But the only thing I ever killed with a recurve was a javelina, and now since the 70s all the way up to 2025 at 71 years old, I started hunting with recurve again. And the first shot I had an animal, I got him.
All right, that's so exciting.
I prayed the Lord that we find him. I really do think we will, because I hit him right where I was looking, and he's a good eating size, so I think that he's probably not very far.
Good. I can't wait to get over there.
40, from running hog hunts, back in the 90s, but I ran all them hog hunts, guided hog hunts. If you don't find a hog at 40 yards, you're usually not going to find him. So I figured that he's going to probably be down within 40 yards.
Okay. Well, I can't wait.
Me neither.
Okay, we're pulling up on here, so.
All right. Where's this bigger flashlight?
It's right there.
Let me get this one.
Okay.
You see, that's 22 yards over there.
Yep. Was he over here?
Yes. Looking, but watch where you're sticking your head.
Right. I think I'm gonna wait here until you come through.
Okay.
If you need me to come over there, I will.
I got blood.
All right.
What's
okay.
that?
Okay. Well, let me come over there.
Okay.
Can I walk around the other direction?
Go around the
okay.
Go all the way around. You come in through.
All right.
All
right. Okay. Here I come. So you found blood over here?
Yes. Within 10 feet of where I shot it. With that Thunderhead 125 by 2018. See that blood right there on that rock?
Yep.
And the good thing about it is, hopefully make it easier for us, is it's on this trail here.
Yeah.
Watch your eyes on these cedar limbs, babe.
There it is.
Watch your eyes.
I am.
Look for blood too, cause I found him.
All right. Oh man. Oh.
Praise the Lord.
All right, babe.
I'm gonna wait for you.
Okay. We're walking around over here.
Well, I just want to make sure I checked,
Yep.
checked every way that I thought he was going.
Yep, yep.
He just took the path of least resistance.
Oh boy, I can't believe. Hold on.
Come here. I was looking around here because I think, well, okay, he didn't go that way because I kept expecting him to break off and go down through that brush that way.
Right.
But when I was listening, I could hear them go this way. But I never really believed they're going to do what's the easiest for me.
Where is he?
I was shining all around. I was shining, and I look right there. He is.
Oh my word!
See if you see any blood? Yeah. No, I don't see. Is that blood? Yeah, there's blood right there.
Okay, okay.
Well, my old eyes are not as bad as I thought they were.
Yeah.
A while ago, what I found, I quit finding like blood. I found, of course, what you know is when you see those ants in a circle. And so I started following those ants.
That is amazing.
Praise the Lord.
Oh man, he's a good size.
He's a good eating size.
I know it. Oh, I'm so happy you found him. Okay, just Lawana Recurve.
Okay, down here. Here's my light, my arrow here. There we go. Let me see down here. Let me get set up for you.
Okay. I'm gonna take a picture. Do
what now? Let's go over what we did here. This is my 2018 XX75. I got a 28-inch draw. We cut them at 29. I got a Thunderhead 125. Got the inner bushing here on the back. This is my 40-pound Lawano $69 Recurve bow. I got my little stabilizer on there. Just it absorbs all that shock. There's no shock in this little bow. And I got a flipper rest on here. This is rabbit fur, which I hate these things. I like Earl Bateman puffballs. I used to know Earl very well. He's the one that got me into archery, as a matter of fact, Earl Bateman. But anyways, when he's in Pasadena over there. But anyways, we had a very exciting evening over there. Just about the whole time I'm there, it's hot, but just about the whole time I'm seeing game. And all of them came out, and I like the color of this one the best. The rest of them look like a bunch of goats, or black and white and long hair. I mean, they've been pretty hogs. But anyways, I thought he's a nice, small, young hog, good eating. So as soon as he turned, I was already back. I came back to my draw. As soon as he turned like that, I was looking right here, and he was going that way, so I hit him, and the arrow went right up in here to the lungs and the heart. But I used to do a lot of hog hunting. Well, I probably participated in, setting up hunts and tracking over 200, 300 hogs. And usually, if you don't find a hog in 40 yards, you're not going to find it. And I mean, that's not always, but for me, that's what we found out. And so this right here is about 50 yards. And just went around and came over here. He took the easiest path right here. And we ran out of blood. I was following ant. You know how the ants get on the blood? I was following little ant circles like that. And I came to the point where it opened up here. And the rest of time he was going through thick stuff. I was thinking, man, I was on my hands and knees down in there. Thinking, boy, I hope I don't come face to face with a rattlesnake. I got my 44 judge. But I think that rattlesnake could outdraw me. I think he's quicker than me. But anyways, then he came out where I have a path that I cleared through here a long time ago. He just came right down and very politely fell right here where I could drive up to him.
Yep.
So me and my beautiful wife, Claire, she's out here. Mama and Papa out here about 9 o'clock at night tonight, tracking a hog through the bushes and the rattlesnakes. We've been that way our whole life together. We're going to be that way till we're not here anymore. And so anyways, I'm going to take it back up to the house. I got lights and water and place to hang him up. I'm gonna skin him, put him on ice tonight, and this is gonna be a very good eating hog.
Yes, it is.
He didn't go no distance.
I'm so glad you looked up and saw him over there.
I know. I kept thinking, I'm bound to see him, you know, because that's where it sounded like they were all stopping, growling around him. I remember Chuck Adams saying, you look at that animal, you concentrate on that spot, and you think, he's mine. And I just have done that ever since. From years ago, I read a book by Fred Bear on instinctive shooting, and then I watched a lot of Chuck Adams and read a lot of things he said way back in the day when I'm, a teenager in the early 20s, and that has stuck through me all my life, and I can't believe how much of that is still in this brain. It still came back to me when I started shooting. Yeah, it's the same. I mean, sometimes Shooting at a target, sometimes I'm really good. Sometimes I'm really like you never thought I'd pick up a bow in my life. But almost every time on an animal, I get the animal. I hit and I get that animal.
Oh, yeah.
I've been that way since I was very young.
Yeah. Been a while, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you.
I'm very excited too. We're gonna eat this thing and thank God about it. It's got a whole new step in our lives, babe.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and now he wants to get me a compound bow because we used to have an archery shop and I used to really shoot good. I've shot a lot of hogs. Good. Yeah, a lot of hogs, a lot of deer.
Claire has killed more deer and hogs than most men have killed with a rifle. I mean, one day I went to work and she was going, we've always been where you can hunt in the backyard. And I went to work and I was coming back down this old gravel road through the woods over in Colorado County, Texas. And I see Claire walking along carrying something. And I thought, why did she shoot that little bitty deer? So I get up there, and actually it wasn't a little bitty deer, it was a big giant bobcat. She killed that bobcat with her bow, with a 42-pound cheap compound bow. And I go, man, that's amazing, baby. You got a bobcat with your compound bow, being a girl and all. And she said, well, if you think that's something, I got a buck laying out there too. She said a buck came along, she shot the buck, he ran over, fell dead, and she's sitting there. About 10 minutes later, here comes this bobcat up the trail, the same trail, and she killed the bobcat.
I didn't want it to get my deer. That was funny.
So this girl can shoot. She does all the butchering. I almost scan it. I scan everything. Then she butchers them, packages them up, cuts them up the way she wants to cook them, and I eat them.
Yep, we both ate it. That's why we like hunting.
Yes. That's probably why we're still able to hunt.
Yep.
Because 90% of our life, and almost all of my life as a kid with my parents and all the brothers and sisters, we ate mostly only wild meat. Only wild meat.
Yep.
And I think that's really what's got me strong.
It is. Our whole life, yeah. I never ate wild meat till I met Don, and I love to fish, and he always says, much as you love to fish, if you just try hunting, I know you would love it. And sure enough, he got me hunting, and the first year I haven't stopped since, and that was 43 years ago.
That's because she's one of them Cajun girls. She related to every Cajun you see on TV. That's her first to fourth cousins. Everybody you've ever heard of, she's related to. Okay. All of them. All them people down that one little bitty part of Louisiana, she was born in Lafayette, they're all related. They're all related.
Yep. Oh, let it be light.
Yes, ma'am. When we were going to track this thing, I knew I better bring this. And my excitement was I caught a 44. I could barely breathe after being on my hands and knees down in that brush. This is my 45 Taurus Judge. I do have a 44 Magnum, but this is my 45 Taurus Judge. And I got that shotgun shells there, so I figured if I crawled up face to face to a rattlesnake, just take care of it. I just want to clear it up. It's my 45 Taurus Judge, not my 44 Magnum. All right.